Hey, how are you guys today? It is time for our daily watercolor tutorial. So, for those of you who are popping in, grab your paints because we are going to paint a pink flamingo tonight. Hey, Stacy Louie, how are you? Good morning or good afternoon. No, good evening. Good grief. I don't even know what time it is. It's been one of those days, long days, long. We're going to do a pink flamingo today as our tutorial. Let's see, what did we do yesterday? I have lost track of what we have done up to this point. So let's see, we did this one. We did the little grasshopper on our last tutorial. And I think he turned out super cute. We've done a peacock. We've done an elephant. We've done a raccoon. We've done a hummingbird. We've done a dragon. We have done a horse/donkey. I think it looks like a donkey, but it was supposed to be a horse. We've done a dragonfly, which is a little awkward tail. We've done our puppy dog. We've done a snail. We have done a possum and a Highland cow, a bunny rabbit, and a gnome. We did this one with gouache paint. So, hey, Diane, how are you? Hope that you are well today. Glad you are here. Okay, we are going to do a pink flamingo today. So this is what we are going to use as our inspiration picture. For those of you who have not, those of you who would like to see what we're doing for inspiration, you can take a screenshot now or you can screenshot it later. I'm going to show you guys again in a little while. But that is what we are going to do today. I think she's precious. Now, remember, this is an AI image that was created, and I did tell it to do a good background like it did yesterday for the grasshopper because I really liked that background. Thank you, Patricia, for that rose. Thank you so much. Because I really liked the background that we did with the grasshopper, but it got kind of covered up. So I thought I would try it again today with this pink flamingo and maybe get it a little bit better. So that is what we're going to do today. So as everybody is coming in, let's go ahead and talk about, let me clean my lens. This looks dirty. So I want to make sure my lens camera is clean so you guys can see well. Okay, so thank you so much for the heart me, Patricia. I appreciate that so much. We are going to Sabretooth One. Thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. I am going to go over the supplies that we're going to need while everybody's jumping on because I know that it takes a little while for everybody to get in here and get set up and ready to paint. So let's go over what we're going to use today. The first thing that we're going to need is some paper. We're going to use the medium paper as always. I love the 5x7 size because you can get 4 of your ACEO sizes out of one sheet of the 5x7 size. So if you are into ACEOs like I am, you can get 4 in one, and you don't have any waste, so you don't have anything that you have to throw away or not get to use. It's a perfect size for cutting 2.5 by 3.5 inches. You get 4 out of each sheet, so in this pad you get 20 sheets, which means you get 80 ACEO sizes. Love that. I love this paper because I love the texture of this paper. Is beautiful. The colors are vibrant and bright on this paper. I just absolutely adore this. And it is currently on a flash sale and they're offering free shipping. So if you want to save on shipping and save a little bit, yes, cold press gunpowder and milkshakes. Diane, sorry, I just automatically see that and want to spit that out, but I know your name is Diane. But definitely cold press, 100% cotton. It is an amazing paper. Now I also use the other size, which is the 4x3 size. I use this for my fine art prints. It is the same. It is the cold press, and it's 10 sheets in a pack. And I use these to create my, sorry, these are my other ones, to do my fine art prints. So it looks so much more like the original on this beautiful paper. If you look at this paper compared to this, you can definitely see the difference. This is very obviously a print. It is very obvious that it is faded and it doesn't have good texture. But this one right here is also a print, and you can see the beautiful, it's very clear, it's very bright, it's very pretty, and it looks very much like the original. It's slightly less vibrant than the original, but that is it. Everything else looks very natural. So I love to do my fine art print on the 4x3s. And then all I do is just trim off 1/4 of an inch all the way around to make the size that I need. And I stick my sticker of the edition on the back. So this is edition 1 of 10. So I only am doing 10 fine art prints or limited edition prints of the dragon. And then, of course, the original will be sold as well. So that is how I do that. So this paper is absolutely incredible for that. If you guys are looking for a really good watercolor paper, then I highly, highly recommend it. Now, this comes in 5 packs. So you get 50 sheets, basically, for the cost. And what I do, let me see. This is the 5x7 right here. I've pinned it below. It's also my hot pick for tonight because they have free shipping and they have a flash sale going on. But the smaller 4x3 size is right here. And again, you get 10 of these. Let me check for you. Let me just make sure. I might have selected that wrong. Just hang on 1 second. And let's see. Try it now and see what it does. Click this hot pick right up here where it says free shipping. And see what happens on that, Diane. See if it gives you it then. Hopefully it will. It's supposed to, so. That's very irritating. Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me try something a little, let me try one more thing. Let me pin it below and see if it'll give it to you then. Hang on. Okay. All right, try it now. And see what happens. Click the link right down here and see if that works for you. If it doesn't, I apologize, and I will take that hot pick off. Maybe they've taken the free shipping away. They usually don't offer it to me to post if they've taken it away. I'm going to take that off just to be safe because that's really frustrating. I wonder why it's doing that. Okay, well, I'll have to reach out to them and find out why it is telling me that they are offering that, but it's not actually giving it to you guys because that's super irritating. Because generally when they give me those, they give me those just specifically for the lives. And it's supposed to be offering you that. So I'll have to reach out when I get off of my live today and find out. So I apologize for that. Okay. However, even without free shipping, it's still a good deal because it is on a flash sale. But again, you get 50 of these, and you get 20 sheets in this pack. So that's the paper I'll be using this evening. I don't know why it's not giving you guys the free shipping deal, so I'll reach out to them and find out why it's doing that. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to brushes. Okay, we are going to be using the Meeden brush set as well. I love the Meeden brush set because there are several features on these brushes that are incredibly beneficial as an artist, especially a watercolor artist. One of those being the fact that these hold a ton of water. And so that is obviously very beneficial for a watercolor artist, is they are synthetic squirrel hair. They hold a ton of water and they don't shed. I cannot stand brushes that when I start painting the bristles come out of the brush. These do not shed. These are they're super tight around the ferrule, so these stay really nice, and they do not rust, so you don't end up with rust on your art, which is great. Because, hey Rhonda, because I am unable, like I can't paint and get rust in my art. It just irritates me when it flows down into my art. So this is my horse right here, Stacy. It's kind of like a donkey horse. It's a combo horse. Okay, so these brushes are, you get 4 in the set. You get the 1, 3, 5, and 7. They also make a brush set that has 9 in them, and if you like more sizes, then that might be a better set for you. But these are a professional brush set. They're short, easy to control your strokes. They are designed to reduce hand fatigue. So if you paint for hours on end like I do, your hand gets less tired. So they've got a lot of features about them that are very, very nice. Also, they are a really decent price. I love the fact that this is a professional brush set that does not have the professional brush price. The price of these brushes is incredibly reasonable for the quality that you get. And they will definitely level up your art. So if you don't think that brushes matter, get a good brush and paint with it and see the difference. It's darned amazing. I had no idea until I got this set that this would be... Hey Beth, how's it going? Yes, it's Wednesday. It's the evening time. Yes, these hold a ton of water, and they, like I said, are just, I'm telling you, they are amazing for the quality. They really, really do level up your art. So if you're looking for a good brush set, that's the one I recommend. Now, the other brush set that we're going to be using tonight is going to be the detail brush set from Golden Maple. And that is going to be my detail brush set that we use. Yep, I did start my garden. Isn't that crazy? Hey, Tina. Okay, yes, they do hold the water really well, Tina. I love the fact that they hold a ton of water, which is great. Okay, so this is the other set that I am going to be using tonight. And this set is my favorite brush set for detail work. So you get 20 detail brushes in this set. And you get your rounds, your flats, your liner brushes. You also get your fan brush and your angled brush as well. This is a really, really nice set. And it has a case to keep them all organized so you don't lose any of them. So I absolutely love this set. Now, these sell out pretty quick, but right now it looks like they have a pretty good stock of these in right now. They do sell out pretty quickly, but they restocked just a couple of days ago. So it looks like they've got plenty of these in stock right now. So there's not any kind of urgency on these. Soul Kiss Art, thank you for purchasing those brushes. You are going to love them. I'm so grateful that you supported my showcase. But more importantly, you're going to fall in love with those brushes. I hope that you thoroughly enjoy them and get lots of use out of them. Thank you for the heart, me, Talia. Welcome in, welcome in. So glad you're here. Yeah, you guys don't forget to click that heart right up here at the top and grab those fan club points, because that does help you and me as far as our engagement on our accounts. And also be sure you like and share the live out if you can. And oh, okay, thank you, Stacy. I didn't see yours come through, but I appreciate you doing that. So be sure that you like and share the live as well. If we get to 30,000 likes today in our live, we will do a giveaway. I have a couple of sets of hand-painted earrings that you can choose from if you win the giveaway. So tap that screen as much as possible, and hopefully we'll get to that 30,000 mark so we can do a giveaway today. Stacy, thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. And Kylie, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Okay, so that is the detail brushes that we're going to be using today. Now, we are also going to be using this pencil set from Nick Pro. If you guys do not have a good mechanical pencil set, I want to encourage you to find at least one good mechanical pencil for your drawings, just because they are so good for keeping your drawing consistent. So for instance, if you're going to reach out, if you're going to draw something that has a lot of detail to it, and you want to have consistent lines, okay, let's just use this for instance. So I wanted all of the exterior parts of the flower. Okay, let's just use this for instance. So I wanted all of the exterior parts of the flowers to be consistent. And then I wanted the interior to be much thinner and shaded darker. So I used a 0.5 for the consistency of the petals. Then I used a 0.7 to shade in the middle to make that more, to stand out more. And then I used another 0.5 for the interior parts to keep that consistent. So the idea is to keep all of your lines the same. And if you use a regular, thank you, Stacy. If you use a regular pencil, you can see that if I were to use this, I would have to continually sharpen it to keep the same tip on the pencil so that my lines would be consistent. But if I use a mechanical pencil, I don't have to do that. The pencil line stays the same, and then you just simply add lead every time that it starts to go, run down or get shorter. And it keeps everything very consistent. And if I want to change the width of my lines, rather than I just switched the size of my pencil lead. So I would switch to a 0.7 instead, or I could switch to a 0.9, which is even a little bit bigger. And the great thing about this set is that it does have all of the hardnesses of your leads as well. So if you wanted an HB versus a 2B, you can use that. You can change those leads out, and it does have a indicator on the side of the pen that you can simply change, so you don't have to remember what lead is in your pencil, because you can just turn this to the correct one. So I love that. They're color coded, so you know which leads go with what pencil, all the things. You get erasers, kneaded erasers, you get some colored pencils for your 2.0s, you get all the different leads, and then you get some extra small erasers and some pencil sharpeners too. It comes in this great travel case. So if you are one who does a lot of sketching like I do, because I sketch all my stuff out before I do color to it. I don't just paint and then outline like a lot of artists do. I prefer to have a sketch to start with. And so if you're one who does a lot of sketching, then this is an amazing set for that. Hey, Play School Artist, how are you? I'm so glad you stopped in to say hello. So yes, this kit is absolutely amazing. And it's, and really and truly, the consistency is what I love about it, because you're able to, I'm looking for my, here it is. Because you're able to keep your art consistent. I see people like the Play School Artist who just puts paint to paper without any sketching. It freaks me out to do that. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing. It's definitely a talent. But what I prefer to do is I prefer to sketch first. And so, I wanted his hair on this to all be the same width. And I couldn't do that with a regular pencil, because what was going to happen is this was just going to start dulling down. Oh, you do? Okay. Well, see, when I watch her videos, I never see sketches. So I'm like, man, she's good. I mean, you're good either way, but I I don't ever see your sketches, so. But when you sketch with a pencil like this, it just gets dull, and so it widens out those things, and so, gotcha. Okay. But if I want to have the same thickness of all of my lines, I just can't do that with a regular pencil. Now, I use these, and they have their place in art, but they just don't when I'm doing sketches like this. So it's very important to have a really good mechanical pencil set. I mean, if you're an artist, having a good mechanical pencil set is a must, in my opinion. So that is the kit that we're going to be using for this evening, okay? So we'll be using that pencil set. And then the last thing is going to be our paints that we're going to use. We're going to use the Meeden. I'm going to use the 96 color set tonight. We used the 48 yesterday. And the day before that, we actually used these right here, which are the tube paints that Meeden has. And I put them in this. Thank you so much for those roses, Play School Artist. You're so sweet. I appreciate that so much. So these are all of the tube color paints that I have just put in this empty Meeden tin. And now I can just pull from my drawer right here when I need to refill them. So if you guys are looking to have a good set of paints that are tube paints, which I love tube paints, but I don't like to have to pull the tubes individually every time I need them. So what I did was put them in this tin. But Meeden does make a really good set. It's the 48 color set. That's what we used a couple days ago on our tutorial. And then we used the 48 color set in the pan paints yesterday. So we're going to use the 96 color set tonight because I really love the 96 color set. So, yes, Stacy, I feel that so much. Yes, what we did yesterday, we did a grasshopper yesterday. He was super cute. Let me find him because here he is. This was our tutorial yesterday. I have not uploaded the replay of this, guys, to my Tube of You channel yet. But for those of you wanting the replays on all of the rest of these, they are all up on my Tube of You channel except for the grasshopper. He is not up yet. So, but everything else is up except for him. So if you're looking for any of the replays, and I'm trying to think, I think he was the first one. Let me see. No, wait, there's one more I think that's not up. I can't remember which one it is though. Anyway, this one. The dragonfly is not up yet either. Yeah, Talia, yeah, you can pause them on that, which is what I love. Popping off, but wanted to say hi. Thank you, Play School Artist. I'm so glad you popped in. Thanks so much for stopping in and just and gracing us with your amazing presence. I'm so thankful that you stopped in. And you guys all, I'm sure you guys all follow her, but if you do not, you need to go and click on the Play School Artist right now and follow her because she's amazing. So I do not have the dragonfly, nor do I have, and follow her because she's amazing. So I do not have the dragonfly, nor do I have the on Do Not Disturb, but it is obviously not. Hang on on Do Not Disturb, but it is obviously not. Hang on one second. One second, guys. Let me just, that was my daughter. I'm going to message her and let her know that I'm on so that she doesn't try to call me back. Okay. Yes, it is. Thank you, Stacy Lee, for letting her know that. Jen Watercolors, they are available on my Tube of You, and you can find that at my TikTok page. You can find all my LINKs on my TikTok page. So, sorry, I'm a little distracted. My daughter just texted me, so. She says, I don't see you on live. And I'm like, well, I'm on. Okay, so here is the dragonfly that we did, and here is the grasshopper. Those are the two that we've done since I've gotten back from vacation, and they are not uploaded yet. I will get them uploaded. I promise you guys I will get them uploaded. Hopefully, maybe by tomorrow I'll have those done, okay? But tonight we're going to do a pink flamingo, and I am stoked about it because it is going to be so much fun because of those. And so... that's so strange. Let me see. I'm gonna send my daughter an invite because she is not able to find my lives, which is very weird. I don't know why. So hang on one second, guys. I'm gonna send her one so that there we go. All right, I just sent her one. Okay, sorry guys, that was very distracting. Okay, so we're gonna do the pink flamingo. So I'm gonna show you guys the inspiration picture in just a moment. Now you're also gonna need a good waterproof pen. So either microns or grabby multi-liners. I'm probably gonna use the grabby multi-liners tonight. Oh, there she is. She's on now, guys. So she's gonna be yelling my name and telling me to come get her from her sleepover because she doesn't want to stay there. She's 33, y'all. I'm just teasing. I'm not ignoring your phone calls, but I couldn't answer it in the middle of my live. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to tape our paper down to whatever you want to use. I put mine on wood so I can move it around as I'm drawing. And so Stacy Lee says she'll come stay with you, Pam, so that those kids won't be mean to you anymore. So grab some washi tape or some painter's tape or some masking tape or some art tape, whatever you want to use for yours. I like using washi tape because it doesn't tear my paper and it gives me very, very clean lines. Yep, you picked them. You picked them. Y'all, my grandkids are precious. She says that they're mean, but they're not. They're precious. All right, so tape up about 1/4 inch of your border so that you end up with a really pretty... our really nice clean edge. When we peel this off, we're going to end up with a really nice frame. Riley's already asleep? Wow, that's crazy. She must not have had a nap today. I saw the video of her almost falling asleep while she was watching a movie this afternoon. That was so funny. I laughed and laughed. Y'all, she was telling her, Riley, keep your eyes open. And she said, okay. And then her eyes were just slowly fading shut. Because she didn't have a nap and she was tired. But it was too late for her to take a nap, so Pam was trying to keep her awake. It was so funny. Okay, now if y'all don't follow our Homestead page, go ahead and click on Pamela Tyner's name and follow our Homestead page over there, because that is the page that we are DIYing an 1860s home. And so we are renovating and restoring an 1860s home together as a family and creating a homestead together. We've already done the tiny house, which is what my husband and I live in, which was a detached garage. So if you want to follow that journey, you like homesteading content like canning and recipes and bread making and DIY restoration stuff, then definitely click her page and follow us, because we do lots of stuff on that page as well. Okay, so oh, I bet. Yep, he steals your hot water. I can't stand it when Dawn steals my hot water for my baths. Oh, it frustrates me, because then I have to wait another 30 minutes for the water to heat up. Okay. All right. Now that you have your borders taped down, we are going... Tina K, you should definitely follow us if you like that kind of content, because we have a lot of homesteading content on there. Yep. how do you like doing lives? I've not done one yet. Seems intimidating. Jen, no, it's not. Do it. Just get on there and do it. I started doing lives in September of 25. So I haven't been doing it that long, but I will tell you this. I was really, really nervous when I first started, but you will find your people, okay? Like they will flock to you, like, and be yourself and just be who you are. And the people that are your people will find you and love you, and they will support you, and they will lift you up and all the things. And then you get those people that don't, and you know what? Who cares? They can go to the wayside. You can block them. You can tell them to go away, like whatever. But I have had nothing but love from my people, and I have found my community, and I really do love it. So I encourage you to try it, and I encourage you to text me, like shoot me like when you go live, there's a share button, share it with me. And if I'm able to, I will get on there and I will encourage you and lift you up as you're doing your lives, because that is what this community is all about. So I will get on there and I will encourage you and lift you up as you're doing your lives, because that is what this community is all about. So hang out with us, and we'll hang out with you, and it will be just a fun community of people doing art together. So well, nobody showed up for mine for the first few weeks. You need to do like 14 days in a row without a break. Like make sure you have time, you start doing them 14 days straight. But once you hit that 14th day, you're going to start noticing that the algorithm figures you out and starts pushing you out to your people, and you're going to start finding your community. So don't worry if there's nobody in the room. Don't even look at the numbers of who's in your room. I never even look, because I don't want to know. Just do your thing and enjoy it. And if somebody's there, great. And if they're not, you're going to be doing art anyway. So what does it matter if somebody's there or not? It doesn't matter. But you will, after you do 14 days in a row, you're going to notice that it's going to start pushing it out and pushing it out and pushing it out, and you're going to find your people. So, so I encourage you to really, really step out of your comfort zone and do it. Nothing good ever happens in your comfort zone anyway. That's how we grow, is to step out of our comfort zone. And I'm telling you, I was so nervous when I started doing my first lives, but, it really is not that bad. I promise. It was so much fun. And now I love it. And I don't even think twice about it. It doesn't bother me at all. So thank you for the heart me, Mass Mom. Appreciate that. Oh, and the Go Populars. Thank you so much. Love, love, love. All right. We're taped down. We're ready to go. We're going to do our background. So I'm going to lift you guys to the overhead. So we're going to go up here into our overhead container. Oh, I haven't shown y'all the inspiration picture, have I? That's probably a good idea, so you guys have an idea of what we're painting today. Okay, so get ready for your screenshots, guys. This is what we are painting today. Our pink flamingo. You are so welcome, Jen. So she is going to be adorable, y'all. How can she not be? She's precious. Take your screenshots. I'm going to give you guys about 5 seconds to go ahead and screenshot so you have it to look at if you need it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we are going to start our tutorial. All right. I'm going to lower you guys down so you guys can see this. Let me move this out of the way. I don't know why that's even on. Would y'all prefer it on or off? That's off. And that's on. Which do you think is going to be better for you guys? Y'all let me know in the comments. If you guys give me some feedback on that, I can tell you this is off. This is on. I think off is going to... If you guys give me some feedback on that, I can tell you this is off. This is on. I think off is going to be better because it's not going to give you the reflection when the water is wet. I think it'll be better. So, Beth, thank you for purchasing those pencils. You are going to love them so much. I'm so excited that you got those. Okay, I feel like off is better too. Because on you can see the paper better, but when you put water on it, it's going to glisten and it's going to be hard to see the paint, the blends. I've kind of found out that, you know, sometimes more light is not better. All right. Let me have a drink of my water real fast. All right. We are going to get to drawing. So we're going to use our Nick Pro. 0.5 pencil, mechanical pencil. That's what I'm going to be using to draw our flamingo. And I'm going to start down here with her feet. Okay. And we're going to do, it's basically a triangle like this with some little frowny faces like that. Okay. So that's going to be her feet. Again, we're going to do that same thing right here. Okay. I'm going to do my background after I draw Stacy Lee. But hey, Mom, but do not let me forget, please. Okay. But I want to go ahead and draw it first, because I want to use my kneaded eraser today, because I don't want my lines to be too dark, because these are light colors that we're using. So, okay. So we're going to draw our legs now, and we're going to kind of go at an angle for this first one. So we're going to kind of go up here at like a diagonal like this. And then we're going to draw that little knee. And then we're going to kind of go back this direction with the top of the leg. Okay. This one, we're going to go up almost straight. Oh, goodness, that's not good. Let me fix that. I made that foot too close to the other foot. And I don't want to do that. So let's go straight down. And that way I'll know where to draw it. There we go. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go straight up with that part of the leg. Okay. All right. How are we doing? I'm cooking and missed it. Oh, okay. Hang on one second and let me get it for you. All right. Rhonda, there is our inspiration pick right here. If you want to screenshot it, you can. Although you're cooking, you're probably not going to be able to paint it with us right now. But you can always do the replay. Don't forget, you can always catch my replays on my Tube of You. Okay? If you need them. All right, so we have our legs. So now the legs kind of attach with these like little puffy, like little fuzzy, puffy round things. So I don't know what they're called. So we're going to just draw them. They're kind of like big, like they're shaped like smiley faces. Okay. And then from there, we are going to draw our belly. So our belly is going to start like this, and it's going to go up. I hope I didn't draw this too big again, you guys. Y'all know that's always my issue. All right, so we're going to go up. And kind of make an S. I feel like I've drawn it too big. Oh, y'all, I'm so frustrated. Okay, hang on. I'm not going to do this again tonight. I'm not going to let it be too big, because if I do, all that's going to do is frustrate me the whole time I'm drawing it. So give me just a second to reproportion everything that we just did, because I don't want to have these too big. Okay, so I'm going to make these legs a little shorter. I'm doing the same thing I did the first time. It's just that I'm doing these, I'm making them shorter. So if y'all missed it the first time, you can find it now. Okay, now let's try again. The belly is going to come out. And the neck is going to come up. And around. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the chin kind of comes down like that. And then we have the beak. So the beak is going to start kind of up above the chin, and it's going to come down and to a point like that. So it's kind of like a big S. Then it kind of goes out and up and down. Whoops. Hang on. It goes around, and then it comes up like that, and then back down like this. Okay. I don't know what that little hump is. It's kind of weird. There we go. Okay. Now our head comes around. It starts right here about a quarter of the way down the beak. And it's going to go around like that. And then it's going to come down and up. And then we're going to get our big tail feathers. Okay, and then when our tail feathers, they come out like this. Sorry, wrong direction. They come out like this. We're just bringing them to a point each time. And the tail. Okay. Now the head's a little wonky, so I'm going to fix that. I'm going to bring it in a little bit more like this, so it's not so fat. And this is another reason I wanted to not do the background just yet, because I knew I was going to have to do a lot of erasing on this one, because I struggle with drawings that are too detailed like this. I still feel like that head looks weird, but I'm going to bring the chin in like this. Maybe that'll make it look better. And then let's do the eyes, which are going to be like this. And then the other eye is going to be right over here like this. Okay, and they're going to have some little fuzzies right here. And then the mouth comes up like this. This is the little like smile line. And then it goes like this. And then it closes like this. Okay. That doesn't look too bad now that I got the eyes and stuff on. Let me fix this neck. It's a little too skinny. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to bring these feathers down just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and redo these feathers. I don't like them. This is what is wrong with me. I nitpick my drawings to pieces, but okay. So we're going to come down more. Like that. And then we can come out with these bigger feathers. And then we can come down like this. There, that's much better. Okay, so there is our prelim drawing. Okay, we can put a flower on her if we want to. Thank you, Jen. It's a flamingo, Angel. It's going to be when we get finished. It's going to be a pink flamingo. Let's see. Quiet room. Yeah, I know. It is chaos. All right. It is really hard for me to get my proportions right. I struggle so bad with that. And usually when I'm on live, I'm like, I'm just going to leave it, but I'm tired. I don't want to end up with something that I think is weird looking. Like I did that with the dragonfly the other night and I hated how it turned out. Like I'm so disappointed in my dragonfly because I didn't go back and fix the tail and I should have. So like he has this tail that's coming out right here and it should be coming out from down here. This should have been curved around like this to a point. So the tail was coming from here rather than out the side. So, and I didn't fix it because I was like, and we'll just leave it because I had already started putting color down. But I wish so badly that I had fixed that because now I don't even like this. Like I cannot, like this is, I don't even want to list this because I don't like it. But I know that people are not that picky, so it's not a big deal. But in my mind, it's a big deal. So I get really frustrated. So thank you. Okay, so now we have our little, our base drawing done. What I would like is, one other thing right here on the bill. I'm going to fix this little bill right here. I feel like that was not quite wide enough. So it's going to come up like this. This goes around and then this comes out like that. It needs to be a little wider. There we go. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my kneaded eraser and I'm going to lighten up everything because this is going to be a fairly, it's going to be pinks and light colors. So I don't want to have too many harsh lines. So I'm going to go ahead and use my kneaded eraser to lighten all of this up. Okay. Now, if you have the Nick Pro set, it comes with one of these kneaded erasers. If not, you can get these pretty much anywhere. So just roll it on there until your lines are where you want them. And then now that they're lightened up, we can go ahead and do our background. Okay. All right. So we're going to do our background very similar to what we did the other night, yesterday. And we're not going to cover it up this time. So, go ahead and grab your number 5, I think is what this one is. 1, 3. No, this is a 3. Grab the number 3 and get some water. Oh, y'all have to fill up my water thing real fast. Give me just a second because I'm empty here. And I need to fill it up. My paint toilet has to be filled up. Guys, if you guys don't have the Mead and Paint toilet, it's not that's not what they call it. It's the Mead and water brush cleaner. I think they're still out of stock. They've been out of stock since before Christmas, like a month before Christmas, but they are like the best. As soon as they get back in stock, I will definitely put them in the cart. But currently, I don't think that they are. They've been out for a long time. I'm going to look, though, really quickly just to be safe. Because let's see. I'm just looking to make sure. Because, man, they are really amazing. Let me see. It looks like maybe the combo. Nope, they're still all sold out. Yep, they're out. Yep, they've still been out of stock. I don't know when they're going to get those back in, guys. Jen, the fan club, all that is heart me's, and it kind of gives you rank and helps you to get a so it kind of knows who to push like what type of a person to push your lives out to. So your fans kind of determine that. So like if I have a bunch of people who are artists who are fans, then it knows that when I go live, it should push my stuff out to the FYP to people who love art or who do art and stuff like that. So it kind of helps the algorithm define what your live is all about and who you are. And it also shows the algorithm that your fans are not bots because they are selecting that fan club. So it boosts their account as well. We're just putting clear water all on our paper. Okay. And we're going to use some blue wherever you want it to go in the sky. So just make sure you have your blue. I'm trying to keep it out of my flamingo, because we're going to be using light colors. So try not to let it get into your flamingo because you don't want it to blend in with that. So I'm just using a dry brush to clean that up so it doesn't get inside of my bill right there. Okay. All right. Now, once we do that, let's go ahead and do the water at the bottom down here. This is all water around the feet. I'm going to do that a little bit darker. And we'll go in and do detail on this water in a little while, so don't worry too much about it looking like water right now. Just make sure you got your blue in there. Okay. I'm not going into my feet or legs. And then if you want to, you can put some green where we're going to have our, little grass coming up from the back. So I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of green back here. Not a ton, but enough that I can put some grass in where I want to right there. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to add in my yellow for my sun. Hang on. I accidentally had green in my yellow. All right. I'm going to put some yellow right here where I feel like the sun's coming through the clouds. Not too much. Pick some up if you need to. Don't let it blend too much or you'll end up with green. And then give it a little bit of pink. You know how much I loved that pink coming through, but not too much pink and not too dark because your flamingo is going to be pink and it'll take away from your flamingo. So make sure, dry your brush off and lighten up any pink that comes through too much. Okay. Maybe a little bit right here. And that's about it. You don't want a ton. Okay. And also that pink mixed with the yellow is going to turn brown. So be careful about that as well. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to draw our background. No, Jen, you do not. You can paint whatever you want. You do you. The idea is to find people who love what you do. Don't try to copy other people. Be who you are as an artist, and don't feel like you have to do things. Like, don't do your lives worrying about how many fans you're going to have or how many people are going to be there. Like, do your lives just to get on and do your lives and enjoy it and have fun in the process. And then through that, you're going to end up with people who find you and are like, oh my gosh, I love this woman. And don't be afraid to ask them. I love this woman. And don't be afraid to ask them to click the fan club. You always want to remind everybody that if they click this button right here, they're not only going to help your account, but they're going to help their own account because they're telling the algorithm they're not a bot. And then also they are very much, you know, a human being. So that helps their account. And every time they come back to your live, you want to encourage them to hit it again, and they'll level up each time, and then they'll get notified when they get your, you know, when you go live and all the things. So, okay, it took me a while to figure that out too, by the way. Okay, you guys, I'm going to have to dump my water too, because I didn't realize that I was full. Like the bottom of my water thing is full. So give me just a minute to do that. And you guys know that I don't have running water in here, so I have to do that outside. So give me just 1 second to run and dump this out the door really quickly without making a mess. I have to walk slow because it is very full. I had no idea it was that full. Holy cow. I forget this thing holds so much water. Hang on. Okay. Got that dumped. Let me wipe off the bottom here. Ugh. Got a lot of nastiness down in it from the paint water. It builds up if you don't clean it out regularly, which I don't always do. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to put this back on. Once it's full, it won't drain anymore, and then you end up with like a big mess. So, okay. Back to our painting. Do I have to pay? Sorry, I'm confused. Angel, I was going to say, I hope not, because I don't paint, but I truly enjoy lessons on colored pencils. Oh, yeah. Cool. Cool, Angel. What are you supposed to hit? I missed that part. Oh, Tina K, this little heart button right up here in the top left-hand corner, there's a heart that's got a number beside it. If you hit that, that's the fan club, and you can get your heart me's and all of that kind of stuff. And it helps your account, and it helps mine, so you feel free to hit that button if you want to. Obviously, there's no pressure to do that, but it just joins my fan club, and then you get notified when I'm live and all the things. So, of course, Jen, no problem. Okay, so now we're going to use our pink, our Barbie pink today. That is what we are going to be using, this right here, for our pink flamingo. So everybody get a pink that you love and a brush that you love. We are going to be using the Meeden 96 color palette, which is right here. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there down below so you guys know what paint palette I'm using. And we are going to go ahead and add in some pink to our bird. Okay. Lots of water. You want the first layer to be light. You don't want it to be too dark. So make sure you have lots of water and spread it across so that it's fairly light, because we're going to darken it up with some shadows in a minute. But right now we just want a light color, a light little pink color. Okay. And go ahead and go up the neck. And get the head. I'm just going to go around the eyes. You can go over the eyes and then use gel pen to do the eyes. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go around them and around the beak. Because the tip of this medium brush is really easy to do small areas with. I love these brushes. All right. So we have our base coat, and it's still wet. It should still be wet, so make sure that it is. And if it's not, add some water to it because we're going to be doing some shading. So we're going to take this pink that is directly beside it, which is like one shade darker. Okay, and we are going to get some of that on our brush, and we're going to go in with that and let it kind of blend across the belly. Okay, now if you get too much water like I did, just dry your brush off with a paper towel and go ahead and pick up some of that water. You do want it to spread though pretty good. So don't, let it do its thing. It's allowed to spread. I mean, it needs to spread. And you want to kind of you want to take your paint and kind of define your feathers, but know that it's going to spread and it's going to kind of blend, but you just want, it's going to end up giving it some shadows that you want of this deep pink. Okay. And then you're going to want to do the same thing here with shadows. Okay, so it's going to kind of give it some feathers, some shadowed feathers like that. Okay. And then right across the top, just a little bit. Okay. All right, now you're going to also want a little bit of shadowing right around the head. So make sure you've got wet water in there. Okay, so go ahead and get it wet so that so that it spreads and blends like it's supposed to. Okay, and then no, I don't have my light on. Is it, can you guys not see it? Okay. I don't know. I don't have that overhead light on, so here it is with the overhead. Let me see what it looks like with the overhead. Tell me if that's better. Is that better or worse? It's blurry. Okay, hang on a second. Let me fix that. That I can probably fix. It's probably blurry because it tends to try to focus on my hand instead of the painting. So let me just take it away and get it to focus a little bit better. All right, how's that? Is that better from a focus standpoint? Hopefully it is. Because I just zoomed in instead of moving my camera closer, and that makes it a little easier. Better? Okay. Let me see. All right. So we've got our heads kind of wet and damp. We're going to put just a little bit. Uh-oh, I lost y'all. Hang on one second. My computer screen went into hibernation. Okay. All right. Is that better, guys, from a focus standpoint? Can y'all tell me or not? Yeah, I'm just using my iPhone. I have an overhead mount. But what happened was, instead of moving the camera down, what I did was moved it up and let it focus. And then I just zoomed in with my fingers on my screen so that you guys can see it better. Okay. So now we're going to get that dark again. And we're going to give just a little bit of shadow right here around the edge. Okay. Dry your brush and kind of spread that so that it's smooth. Okay. And then right up underneath the neck there, you're going to need just a little bit right here as a shadow under the neck. Right there. Okay. There we go. All right, that looks good. Okay, so let's dry it. Don't worry about the details. We'll get those in a minute. It's going to look like a hot mess for a little while, and that's okay. We just want to have the base colors right now, okay? All right. Now, let's do the bill, okay, or the beak, or whatever you want to call that. We're going to use, let's see, what colors do I want to use for this? I'm going to use this mustard yellow or yellow ochre or whatever color that is. And then we'll use the black. Okay. So go ahead and get this color first. You want it to be very, very light. So I'm going to just mix it right here with a whole lot of water so that it's super light. And we're going to go over the whole beak. And this is why I was saying try not to get blue inside your beak, because we're using this light color to do the beak. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to do the black at the tip, but we want to make sure the beak is dry first, because otherwise the black will run up into the beak, and we don't want that to happen. Okay. So once it's dry, go ahead and take the black. And you also don't want that to be super dark, so add that to, a good amount of water. So you have your black hue, but it's not super, super dark. But it's darker than gray. You don't want it like a light gray. And you're going to go ahead and just bring that through the tip. Just like that. Okay. Now, if it's too dark, which I feel like mine's a little bit too dark, I'm going to go ahead and take my brush that's dry and clean, and I'm going to lift some of that color off. Okay. Yes, lemon yellow. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do our legs. And what we want to do with our legs is we want to add those to, we kind of want to blend the pink into the brown of the orange of the legs. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to do it the same way we did the body by doing a wet on wet, but we're going to use our detail brush. Okay, so get a smaller brush, something that's like, this one is an 18/0. Okay, out of the Golden Maple set. But get any brush that's, small enough that's a detail, okay? And go ahead and fill in your legs with water, okay? Now remember, it doesn't have to be drenched. It just needs to be glistening. Okay, fill your feet in too. Okay, and we're going to take our pink and we're going to start up here, and we're going to let that pink kind of blend down, and it's going to kind of, and now rinse your brush, make sure it's clean, and spread that pink from the legs down into the knee of the leg. Okay, and get it to where it kind of fades from dark to light pink. Okay, then take your orange, which we're going to do this bright orange, and go ahead and add it in right there and blend it into the pink so it fades together, and then drag it down into the foot. And you can make the foot fairly orange if you want to. So I'm going to make them kind of a little bit heavier orange. Rinse your brush if you need to take up some of that color. And lift some of that color out. Okay, so now I've got my foot. So see how that pink kind of fades into the orange? That's what we want, okay? Okay, so let's do that again so that you guys can try again. So we're going to put water all in the leg, including the knee and the foot, all the way down. Clear water. Make sure it's wet, but not like drenched. Just enough for the color to spread and blend, okay? Take some of the pink, add it in, rinse your brush completely, and then drag it down with clear water into the knee. Okay? Now take your orange. Make sure the bottom of the foot is still wet, okay? Because you want it to blend. So add more water if you need to. And then add in your orange. Rinse your brush and spread that down and up into the pink so it kind of blends together. And pick up that color if you need to. Okay. All right. So now we have that blended as well. Got it? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Good? Okay. Let's see. We want to go ahead and let's do the eyes and the mouth and everything, and then we will decide where the flower needs to go. Okay, so put your detail brush down and go ahead and grab your multi-liner. I'm using the Grabby Multi-Liner 01 out of the multi-liner pack, which has 20 different pins in it. So you get your 05s in all of your primary colors, and then you get 10 different sizes in the blacks. This is a waterproof pen, so it will not smear when I go back later and put water on it. And that's what's important. So if you're using a black pen that is not waterproof, it is going to mess up your painting. So do not do this step right now if you don't have a waterproof pen. Go ahead and wait till the end to do all of your black detail work, because you don't want to accidentally smear it all over your painting, okay? Make sure that you have a good waterproof pen, okay? We're just going to outline the eyes just like that, okay? We're going to give it the pupil and color that in. Same thing here. We're going to give it the pupil and color that in. Okay. Now we want to give it eyelashes. And eyelashes here. And then let's add in the highlights to the eyes with a white gel pen. And I'm going to use my Langu white because it's got a smaller tip than my ZSCMs. So we are going to use this particular white one right here. Let me just make sure that it's writing. All right, and we're just going to do a white dot and then a smaller dot. And then here we're going to do one white dot. Okay. So now we have that beautiful little eye that looks like she's batting her eyes at you, which is absolutely adorable. Now I'm going to switch over to my 005 multi-liner. Again, must be waterproof because you don't want to accidentally get water on this and then mess it up. So we're going to do the mouth here. And we're going to bring that down, that smile down to right here. And then we're going to divide and conquer that little beak. Okay, so go ahead and outline everything here. And now we have that beak and eyes done. Look how pretty that is. Now, this is what's going to make it really pop as far as the beak goes. Get your detail brush, wet it, get some of your that same yellow that we did, but you want it to be really saturated and you want it to be super, super like dark. Okay. And we're going to do some little holes, some little nose holes with that. Just like that. Okay. So now it's got those little, you know how they have those little nostrils? Okay, so now she's got her nostrils. Cute. Okay, back to the multi-liners. We're using the 005. And we are going to go ahead and outline the head. And I do it in small strokes so it kind of looks like a sketching. Because that way he can have hair. All right, we're going to give it a little bit of hair coming up here. And I'm being very, very subtle with the fuzziness of this, okay? Now, go ahead and give it its chin and neck. Okay, and I'm being very, very subtle again, but I am giving it a little bit of fuzz as I come down, okay? You can also do that in here just very, oh, so subtly. I'm very careful not to put too much, okay? And then right here where these wings go, we want to kind of define those out as well. Very light touch when I do this because we don't want it to be too much. Just take your time, Follow the contours of the drawing with a very light touch. Okay. Do you ever outline first, then paint? Sometimes I do. I did that with our, with the mouse that I did, the mouse tutorial, we did that. I don't really like that technique just because it's hard for me, but a lot of people love it. So it's kind of just like what you prefer. I like doing it this way because then I can clean up all the areas that I kind of messed up with, like maybe I got out of line a little bit or, you know, something like that. And so this helps me to kind of be able to kind of clean that up. Okay. And we're going to go down. And I'm going to kind of give it those little web toes. See, like I kind of got out of line right there, so I can kind of clean that up with this outline. And if I did the outlining first and then I got out of line, I would have to go back over it with an outline anyway. So it's just one extra step that I don't need. Okay, so there's that. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do a flower. I'm going to take my detail brush. Did you use a different color pen for the inside wing feathers? No, I did not. I used the same 05, but I did a really light touch, so it kind of looks like, looks lighter. You could use a pink if you wanted to. You could use the pink out of that set to do the feathers, and that would just kind of give it a two-tone look. You can kind of do that, you know, however you feel is, you know, does the best for your painting. What I do want to do is give the knees a little bit of definition. So I'm going to go ahead and give it some like little marks, and even maybe down the legs just a tad. They look a little like off. So I'm going to kind of go and just give it some light. There. That looks better. Okay. Now I'm going to do the flower. So we're going to go ahead and do a yellow center. Right here. And then I'm going to let that dry, or I'm not going to let it dry. I'm going to blow it dry. And this is why I'm saying you need to have a waterproof pen, because I'm fixing to put water over this black, and we don't want that black to smear. So I'm going to take my multi-liner and I'm going to outline my center. Okay, and then I'm going to do the purple leaves. All black on the outline at a flamingo and inside on the feathers. Yes, I used all black. Okay, now I'm going to use a purple for the flower. I'm going to use a dark purple because I want it to cover the pink. So I'm going to use a dark purple, and I'm going to do my little, my petals. I couldn't think of what you called them. You want to make sure you have enough water on your brush, though, which I did not. But you don't want to have too much, so there's a fine line. So I'm doing this dark purple because I want it to cover what I've already done. And if I used a lighter color, it wouldn't, and it would look like it was a transparent flower, and we don't want that. Okay. All right, so now we have our flower. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry that, and then I'm going to use my 003, which is the smallest of all of these pens. It's so little that if you leave the lid off too long, it's going to dry out on you. So thank you, Megan. So you have to be, no, I did not use red. I used black. You have to be very careful with this number 3. It will dry out, or this 003, it will dry out super fast. And I'm only using it to make, you know, a little bit of detail work. That's it. You're not even going to really notice it on the camera, but I just outlined it. Okay, now it's time to add in some grass and some butterflies. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the butterflies first. And this is how we're going to do that. We're going to do the body of the butterfly in black. Okay, so I'm going to paint, I'm going to do, it's kind of like a, I'll show you, I'll draw it for you so you can see me draw it first. Not with that though. You're going to draw kind of like a curve. Like this, with a little head, okay? And then you're going to do a wing that comes down off of it like this. You're going to have a wing that comes up like this, and then you're going to have a wing right there, too. Okay, so it looks like it's flying. Well, this really kind of comes up more like this, but okay. So it's kind of a curve look, okay? So go ahead and get your black and make your body. Okay. And I go with the little antenna things. Okay. Rinse your brush, and whatever color you want your butterfly to be, go ahead and pick up that color. I'm going to do mine in this really pretty orangey yellow color. Okay. And I'm going to do my first little wing right here. Okay. And then I'm going to come out and up and bring that wing down like this. Okay, like that. And then you're going to have a wing coming up the top like this. Okay. Now we're going to dry it. And then we're going to put some detail in that. So use your 005 again. And we're going to come around Okay, and we're going to give it some veins in the wings. Okay, and then we're going to give it some dots as if it has been flying off. Okay, love that. All right, let's do some grass. Okay, so take your detail brush again. Thanks, Rhonda. Yes, ma'am, Jen. That is how it's done. All right, we are going to now shift back to our golden maple detail brushes. Okay, and let's see, let's do our grass. So I'm going to reach in and get some of my green, whatever color green you want to use for your grass. Okay, and we are going to just be very, very, oh, we're at 27,000, guys. So if we get to 30K, I'm going to do a giveaway. So be sure that you tap that screen. I'm going to give away a pair of my handmade earrings. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to make this very light. I don't want it to be super dark, so I'm doing a really light touch, and I watered it down really good because I want it to kind of blend as if it's kind of in the background. So you're going to barely be even noticing it. It's super, super light. I don't want to do anything that's too dark. Okay, just like that. Okay, I think we're ready for some splatters. What do you guys think? Oh, we haven't done our colored pencils yet. We need to do that. Although I think she looks really cute without it, but it'll make her less flat if we use some colored pencils in it. Okay. Uh-oh, I got those mixed up in my palette. Hang on. I put them back wrong. There we go. Okay. Thanks, Carry On Shopping. Just tap the screen, Jen. Just tap, tap, tap with your finger on the screen of your phone. Or if you're watching on the phone. If you're not watching on the phone, I think you have to tap it with your mouse. Carry On Shopping. All of my stuff is uploaded except for the last two that I've done. So everything is up there except for the last two tutorials. Mondays and Tuesdays are not up yet. Thanks, Joy. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some pink pencils so that we can kind of get some colors out. So I'm going to use Sakura Light Pink and Bengal Rose. Okay, and what I'm going to do with this is I'm only going to do the feathers. I'm going to go light pink with the feathers, right around the feathers. Okay. And I'm going to just use this light pink right here, right around the tips and where the feathers kind of touch each other, because I don't want it to be overpowering and I don't want it to cover up any of that detail work. Okay. Then I'm going to use this darker pink right around each of those. Okay. Now I'm going to go back with this light pink, and I'm going to do that again with a little bit heavier pressure. I need to sharpen this. Yay, we're at 30K. All right, we'll start our giveaway in just a minute. Let me finish this real quick. Guys, if you rub this with your hands, it'll smear on your page. So always blow it instead of rub it. I made that mistake. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I can show that case right here. This is my hand, if that helps. Hang on, let me get it further back. Okay, so the case is actually, let's see, 9 inches tall. And when it's open, it is 10 inches wide. So if that helps, hopefully that helps. I can show it further back in a little while when I get it off the overhead. When I get the phone off the overhead and get back on my other stand, I'll show it to you again so you can see kind of a better sense. Okay. Let's see. Let's get the giveaway going so I can finish up. All right, new giveaway. Here, the winner is going to have their choice of any of these 3 hand-painted. These are hand-painted. They're cut on my laser cutter, and they're hand-painted with my watercolors by me. This is the ice cream. Here are the giraffes, and here are the 70s lava lamps. Okay, so they're all hand-painted by me. They're sealed. They're safe to wear out in the rain, all the things. Thank you for that gift. I appreciate that. We are going to... You're going to get to pick whichever one you want. So it's going to be viewer's choice. And you just have to let me know. We are going to make sure that you have to be in here for at least 5 minutes. And you have to be following me. So you don't have to comment this time. I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. Create. And publish. Okay, up in the top left-hand corner right here, there is going to be a shopping bag that appears, pink, that has a counter on it. You need to click on that. That is going to get you entered into the drawing, okay? And whoever wins is going to get to choose one of those 3 pair of earrings to win. Jen, thank you so much for that rose. I appreciate that so much. Y'all support with gifts is so appreciated because those help me to get more viewers, and they help my lives be more pushed out more and all the things. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Okay, so we're just darkening and doing this last layer with a heavy pressure this time. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. You guys are awesome. Okay, so all I'm doing, this is just bringing out those feathers a little bit more. I am going to go back over it with my black multi-liner, just so that I can define out those lines a little bit more, since the colored pencils kind of cover those up. And I want them to be a little bit darker. Okay. There we go. Now we've got some feathers going on. So you see how what that did was that just made that more, it gave it more depth. I'm going to take this dark and I'm going to go right along here and right around the flower a little bit just to kind of give that some shadow. Not too much. And then I'm going to blend it out with this pink right here. Okay. And that brought that shadowing out here too. Do that right here. Okay. And let's go ahead and also do the feet, just because I feel like the feet need a little bit. So I'm going to go in with this kind of orangey color. It's the 30. It's called pumpkin yellow. And I'm going to give the feet just a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with this darker, and I'm going to go right in those, on those like lines that I have. Okay. Now I'm going to go back over that with a very light coral. No, azalea pink maybe. Yeah. To kind of blend that up. Okay, and that gives those feet kind of some depth and dimension. Click on the pink bag right up here that's got the counter going. It's in the left-hand corner, and it says it's like 11 minutes and 24 seconds left on it. If you click on that, that gets you entered in the drawing. Okay? But I do appreciate your gifts. Thank you so much. All right, so now we have all of that done. Let's do the beak. Let's give the beak just a little bit of dimension because it is definitely flat. Okay, in order to do that, I'm going to pull out the shallow yellow and the dark yellow. Let me see. The cream yellow. I'm going to do the cream yellow first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go over the whole beak with this cream yellow color. It's basically the same color as the watercolor we used. Then I'm going to go right around where the beak attaches and right up underneath here with this shallow yellow. And then I'm going to take this dark yellow and I'm going to go right along here with that. Okay. Now I'm going to do it with medium pressure. And I'm just going to go straight with this darker color. I don't think I need that middle color. And then I'm going to do heavy pressure. Make those holes a little darker. There we go. Okay. And that beak is done. Let's put all of these colors back up. Now I use the Color colored pencils, guys. You can use obviously any colored pencil that you want. I use those because they have 240 color options and they help me to blend much easier. And just FYI, they're on a really good discount. So let me put those up for you guys because they're awesome. I love them. And they're running low on stock too. So they're going to sell out soon. I think part of that is because they ran a really good sale earlier today on them. And so they probably sold a bunch of them. But you get 240 pencils in this set, guys. And I'm telling you right now, it is a beautiful set. It has so many options of colors and it gives you the ability to blend so much better than just a set that only has a few options of each color. So I highly encourage you to have a really good pen set that has a lot of color options. All right, guys, we are going to splatter now. So let's get the face covered up because we do not want to mess up her beautiful. So let's get the face covered up because we do not want to mess up her beautiful little face. So I'm going to cover that so that she can't get messed up. And we are going to splatter our little hearts out. So we're going to use the number 1. Where are you? I put it up already, I think. Yep. Okay. So we're going to use the number 1. I'm going to get lots of water on my brush and grab some pink. I'm going to grab that light pink that is the same as the Flamingo, that Barbie pink. Okay. And I'm just going to tap. Some splatters. Okay. All right. I'm going to pick that up. And we are going to dry that off. Then we will peel our tape and see our beautiful borders. Thank you, Heatherbug. Thank you so much. All right. I'm going to have to lift some of this water because I have a little bit too much in here. If you just take a dry brush and touch it, it'll soak up some of that water so it'll dry a little faster. Okay. Okay. Going live again, guys. Those of you who are wondering when I'm going to go live again. Okay. I have my grandkids tomorrow and Friday into Saturday. So I have 2 full days of having my grandkids here. It's going to be really hard for me to go live. So I cannot give you a definite time as to when I will be live tomorrow, but I am going to try to do a live tomorrow. I'm going to try to see what time my husband has a couple of hours to take the kids and keep them entertained while I come out here and do a live for you guys. So it will probably be, I would say, evening time is going to be my guess. It's probably going to be another nighttime tomorrow. Probably it'll at least be, it will not be before 7 o'clock. I can tell you that. Because I have to have them and get them all settled down and all of the things. So it will probably be another 7 to 8 o'clock time tomorrow, Central Standard Time, so Texas time. So I'm going to get on tomorrow. It's just going to be probably tomorrow night sometime. So that's the best I can give you. Yeah, Jen, I don't understand any of that stuff either. I don't pay any attention to it. I just ignore it. It's other lives that are going on where they're doing battles and things like that. And I don't do any of that stuff. So I just ignore it. Okay. So we are going to peel this off. We've got 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the giveaway. So if you have not entered into the giveaway, go ahead and click that. Click the shopping bag in the top left-hand corner that's got the counter on it to get entered. And we will draw a winner in less than 5 minutes. Thank you, Diane. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Talia? Yep, it did. It turned out stinking cute. How did yours turn out? Did you paint with me tonight, or were you just watching? Oh, Diane, you got to paint with us tonight. Yay. Thanks, Mass Mom. Thank you, Stacy Lee. I think it turned out really good. Let me get y'all off the overhead so that we can see this from a little bit better things. Let me move my overhead. There we go. This is my favorite just because I can see y'all's comments coming through in real time. But she's cute. I think she turned out super cute. I love it so much. Yay, Jen. I want you to paint with us. And be sure you notify me when you go live, and all of the rest of us that are in here, we will come support you if we are able to at the time. will love to do that. I'm going to sign it. Make sure you sign your stuff with a watercolor pen or a waterproof pen, because if you don't, you might accidentally get water on it and smear it. So always sign it with a waterproof pen. I learned that the hard way. Y'all saw what happened to my sloth. All right, so she turned out cute. Okay, so we've got almost a little under 3 minutes left before the giveaway. So let's talk about what we used tonight. We used the Meeden 96 color palette. That is this palette right here. This is my go-to palette. It is the palette I use for all my earrings. It's the palette I use for all my Christmas ornaments. It's the palette I use for all of my watercolors, my cards, everything. I love this palette. It goes from lightest to darkest in color, and so you can shade really easy because you just move up the color chain. The color families go from top to bottom. You have 30 metallics, you get 12 macaroons, and you get 6 neon colors. This is a great palette, guys. You can pop these out too, so you can use them like I did tonight and just move them over, use them, and then put them back when you're done. I love that about it. It comes with a brush, and it comes with a pencil. It comes with an eraser and 2 art sponges. And it also comes with this little detachable fold out mixing palette that goes right here in the side of the palette, so that when you are done, you just close it up and put it away. Love this so much. Whoops, sorry. Jody, I have ordered some wax. I don't normally seal my stuff. But I've kind of been like on the fence about whether I should or shouldn't, because I mail them out. So I've decided that I'm going to start putting some wax over them. So I ordered some. So we'll see when it comes in, you know, if I can figure out how to do it. But currently I do not. So Jen, no problem. You know, you can private message me too if you have questions. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? I'm happy to help you. I'm telling you, when I first started going live, it was so scary, but I promise you it's really not. It just feels like it is. So, all right, let's see who won. Let me see who won the giveaway. Let's see. Well, oh, it's not over with yet. We have 35 seconds left. Sorry, I thought it was over. Okay. It's going to give us a winner, though, in about 30 seconds. And whoever wins is going to get their choice. And I've painted these with this palette. This palette right here is the palette that I paint my earrings with. Okay, so, but they're sealed. They're sealed with a clear coat. So I have these giraffes. I have, because spring and summer are going to be coming up before we know it. So I have these summer ice cream ones. These are done with the metallics and the ZSCM metallic glitter pens. And then these are the 70s lava lamps. So those are your options on the giveaway. And let's see who the winner is. It is Jody. Jody, yay! Jody is the winner. So Jody, all you have to do is tell me, first of all, which pair that you want. Okay, so we have the ice cream, we have the 70s, and we have the giraffes. So you can tell me which one you want out of these options. And then you'll need to message me. Okay, you want the giraffes. Those are so cute. Okay, you'll just need to private message me your information for me to ship it out to you. Okay, I will ship it to you once I receive your private message and know that where to send it to. Okay, but don't post it here. Do it privately because we don't want everybody to have your address. So I know, how exciting. Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, so I'm going to send you these. You're going to love them too. And they're lightweight. They look like they're not, but they really are. So, okay, so you're going to go to, let's see, how do you do that? You're going to go to, I think you go to my page, and there's a place on there where it says message. And you can send me a message. If I don't, I can send you one, and maybe you can send me one back. Yes, you do it through TikTok. Yeah, through TikTok shop. Or not shop, but through TikTok. So go to my TikTok page and message me. Just make sure you're following me. I am following you. It shows, so hopefully you're following me. And if you are, it'll send it to me. Okay. You should be following me because you're in the drawing. And you have to be following me to be in the drawing. So anyway, congratulations, Jody. All right, so we used these amazing paints tonight. Love them so much. We also used the Nick Pro pencil set, which is right here. You guys know how much I love this pencil set and all of the features that all of these pencils have. They're lightweight. You get your 0.5, 0.7, 0.9, and 2.0. You did, Rhonda. I'm so sorry. And Jody won, and she picked the giraffe earrings. But don't worry, I'll be back on tomorrow night, and you can hopefully, if we get another 30,000 likes, we can do another giveaway. Okay, the case for the pencils, yes, I will show you those. Oh, I'm sorry, Jen. Did you want to see the case for the detail brushes? Sorry, these are the detail brushes right here. So this is the case. This is my hand, if that helps. Okay, so that's kind of, if that gives you a better look at the size of the case, hopefully. Okay. Aw, thanks, Tammy. Oh, the brushes. Yeah, the brushes and the pencils. Okay, and the pencil case is right here. It comes in a travel case, and it has all of your leads, your erasers, your sharpeners, and all your size pencils. They each have this little gauge to tell you, like, whatever lead you put in it, you can mark it on your pencil so you don't have to remember. They're color coded. This is a great set. If you like sketching, this is definitely something that you want to have. Oh, that makes sense, Stacy Lee. That's okay. I'll send you a special something just for being my mod. When I mail out your stickers, I'll put something in there special for you. All right. So we use these detail brushes. We use that pencil set that's pinned below. We use the Grabby multi-liners. Let me pull those up for you guys. And of course we use the meat and paper. These are nope, that's not the Grabby multi-liners. I don't know why that came up. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. Here they are. So we use the Grabby multi-liners for our detail work. No worries, Stacy Lee. Okay, and let's see what else. What else did we use, guys? Oh, we used the colored pencils, which I've already showed y'all. And we used the meat and paper. The meat and paper is the best. I love it. If you do not have a good paper, you need to grab this paper because it is, I'm telling you, hands down, my most favorite paper. You can see how beautifully textured it is. And I'll show it to you in the 4x3 size, which you can see that texture really well in that size. Also in the 5x7. And see how beautifully textured this is, guys. And the 5x7 size, you can get 4 ACEO sizes out of the 5x7 size, and you don't have any waste. So you get 4 of these sizes. Okay, no waste, so you don't end up throwing anything away, because that gives me the heebie-jeebies when we have to throw away any scraps from watercolor paper. So this is perfectly sized for 4 ACEO sizes. And then, so you get 20 sheets in a pack. So you end up with 80 of the ACEO sizes if that's the size you prefer, or you can just do the 5x7 size. They also have, I think, a 9x11 size or something like that. They have a larger size as well. I can't remember what size. This smaller 4x3 size I use for my fine art limited edition prints because it makes them, it just makes them pop so much better. So this is one of my limited edition prints. of the Dragon Ember Heart, and you can see how beautifully it prints that out. So it's really, really nice. I just love it so much. Okay, so once I sell my originals, then I list my limited edition prints as well. So, and there's only 10, I only do 10 of them most of the time. Gunpowder and milkshakes. You can try the dragon. It's on my Tube of You channel. It's already uploaded there. So all you have to do is go there and do that one like you did the mouse. Which, by the way, I thought was super cute. He was fluffy and I liked him. So yeah, you can go there, Diane, and get it. All right. Any other questions about anything before I hop off of here? I am hungry. I'm ready for dinner. I'm going to go make me some dinner. So, does anybody have any questions about anything that we used tonight to do? Yes, it is, Shelly, but also you can go to my TikTok page and you can see the LINKS's under my name and stuff there, and you can find me on all channels there. So you can do that as well. I see some of you guys are looking at the pencil sharpener, and I want to show you guys this. This is important. And you know, it's hard for me to explain this on a video because everybody's attention span is so short on regular videos, but when you sharpen a pencil, if your pencil is semi-sharp, okay, then you only want to sharpen your colored pencils until they're sharp. If you have a pencil sharpener that has like a specific set time, like say 5 to 10 seconds that it sharpens a pencil, then even when your pencil's sharp, it's going to keep sharpening it and it's going to eat it up, okay? And you're going to waste a lot of your colored pencils, and they are super freaking expensive and you don't want to waste them. But if you use this pencil sharpener, when you put it in there, first of all, it doesn't tilt, so it's not going to break the lead, but it only sharpens it as much as it needs it to get it sharp, and then it immediately stops sharpening it. So you don't waste your colored pencils. When you put it in here, it can't tilt, so you're not going to break your lead, which is really good because soft core pencils can break very easily. But like if I put a pencil in here that wasn't sharpened, then it would take it a lot longer to get it sharp. But if I put a colored pencil in here that's close to sharp, now watch how quickly this is going to spit this out. It goes sharp and then it spits it out right away because it was already sharp. But if I put something in there that's not already sharp, say I have, let me just do this regular pencil. So let's say this one, which is broken. Okay. So the lead on this is broken. So I'm going to stick this in here. Okay, see how long it's taken it to sharpen it? Because it had to get it sharp again. So this pencil sharpener is highly recommended if you have colored pencils, because you don't want to waste those colored pencils. You want a sharpener that's not going to waste or eat up your pencils. Shelly, I use the Color pencils and they are amazing. I love them so much. They are right here. This is the set that I use. And let me tell you the reason that I insist on using a set that has, you know, a ton of color options. So if you are, let me find my, oh, you know what? I don't have it here. I don't have it out here. I took it to my show last night, so I can't show you guys. But if you, I can show you on here. If you have a lot of different options, okay, let's say that you're using a light, a medium, and a dark green. Let me just get a light, a medium, and a dark, okay? So if I'm using a light, a medium, and a dark, I'm going to turn this down so you can see it, to blend. So I would go light, and then I'm going to use a medium. Oh, that needs to be sharpened. Hang on. Okay, then I'm going to use a medium, or that's a fluorescent, and then a dark. Okay, so you can kind of see. Now I go over it again with medium pressure. Okay. And then I go over it a third time with heavy pressure. Okay. And this is important for you guys to see. So heavy pressure. All right, so I had very few choices here. I had the choice of a light, a medium, and a dark. So you can distinctively see where those colors start and stop, right? Okay, but if you have a set where you have options for multiple, like many colors of the same color. So I'm just going to use green again. Let me pull up my greens. Okay, so now I have, let's say, because you get all your primary color families. Whoops, hang on one second. I don't want that to spill. You get all your primary color families, and then you get your grays and you get your neutrals. Okay, so let's say you now have the options for a light. Okay, and then you have a light medium, okay? And then you have, say, a medium. Actually, this is probably more closer to it. A medium or a medium. See, I like to compare, but okay, so there's our medium. And then you have a medium dark, which is going to be probably this. And then you have your dark, okay? So now I have more options, right? And with more options comes a better blend. So I want you to see this now. So now we go with, oops, wrong one. We go with our light, okay? And then we go with our light medium. Let me bring that up some. Okay, and then we go with our medium. Our medium dark. And then our dark. Okay, so I did a light pressure on all of those. Now I'm going to go back through with a medium pressure. Okay. And now I'm going to go back through with a heavy pressure. And I didn't pick the best colors, but this'll make my point. So it's not great colors. Okay, so now what you see is you see a much smoother blend. So you don't have this harsh change in each color. Each color blends into the next color. All right, and because of that, let me hold it up like this so you can see it better. There we go. I'm going to turn on my light now so you guys can see. There we go. So now you can see that there's no harsh lines in the blend. It blends very smoothly. That is the difference in having multiple options for tones in your colors and having only a few color choices. So when you're looking for colored pencils, you want to have multiple options and tones for your colors. And you don't want to be put in a position where you don't have where your blends have those harsh lines. So that is why I like the big set of pencils. I had a 72 color set and I love that 72 color set. I still use it every day, but I use it in conjunction now with this 240 set. And I had it for 3 years and that's all I used. But then when I figured out how to learn or how to use them, then it was much easier. Yes, these are a wax soft core, okay? They are soft core. So they are going to be much easier than a leaded pencil that you would use that was a colored pencil, okay? These are soft core. And soft core is so, they're buttery and creamy. So yes, these are a soft core with the wax. I do right here. We still have, let's see, we've done the dragonfly and we've done the hummingbird. So we still have a hedgehog. Oh, we've done the peacock. So we still have the hedgehog, which I've been avoiding. And because every picture that I've come up with on chat has been not a good one, and I can't find a good hedgehog. So if you guys find a cute hedgehog for me, send it to me in a message so I can look at it and see if I can find one that I like. Yes, they are gorgeous colors, Shelly, and I love, love, love them. So we still have a ladybug and a hedgehog and a pit bull left on our list. So we will hopefully do one of those tomorrow. All right, so here are the ones we've done so far. I'll go ahead and show you guys all of them so that everybody can kind of see. And these are all on my Tube of You channel for replay. If you missed these, you can get them on my Tube of You. Except for the dragonfly, the grasshopper, and today's are not up yet, but they're going to be up in the next day or two. Okay, this is what we did today, Jamie. Rhonda, did you send me a hedgehog? I'll have to look at it. I'll have to go back and look. We did a Highland cow already. I'll show you that in just a second. Jody, tomorrow night. I'm going to be on tomorrow night. I have my grandkids and they're going to be with me. So it's going to be late. It'll be probably 7 or 8 tomorrow when I come on. They're coming over at 8:30 in the morning and I'm keeping them all day. So it'll be late tomorrow. And if I don't come on tomorrow, it's because I got tied up and I just couldn't. But I'm going to try to come on between 7 and 8, sometime between 7 and 8 tomorrow. I just can't promise for sure. Shelly, these are watercolors, okay, with colored pencil shadowing. So we did this one tonight. We did this one yesterday. This was the dragonfly. And again, this is watercolors with the shadowing done with colored pencils. And then we did this is the grasshopper, watercolor with colored pencils. All of these are. We did the horse, which turned out to look like a donkey. We did the hummingbird, the raccoon. Let's see. This was done with gouache paint. This was our gnome. Here's the dragon, the bunny rabbit, the Highland cow, the wiener dog. All these were on our list. The peacock, the snail, the possum, okay, thanks, Jamie. These are my old ones, so that's it. Oh, and the elephant. These are all the originals I have left. We've done some other ones, but the originals are sold, so I don't have them anymore because they've already gone to their new homes. Okay. All right. Any other questions on anything that we did tonight or any of the materials that we used, any of the supplies that we used? Okay. I will be on tomorrow night. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be on sometime between 7 and 8 Central Standard Time tomorrow with another tutorial. And hopefully I will see you guys then. I do not, Shelly. They are on my EBAY. And that LINK is under my name on my TikTok page. Jody on my EBAY. That's okay, Talia. No problem. You can always catch the replay if you're not going to be here tomorrow. I understand. You got to make that a priority. Maybe on Friday we'll do some Bible art instead of doing a watercolor tutorial. I would love to do that with you guys. That would be fun. We could do a worship Bible art, like devotional session. So. All right. Okay. Well, if nobody has any additional questions, then I will see you guys tomorrow night, hopefully. Okay, Lord willing, I will be here tomorrow night between 7 and 8, hopefully. But just know, if for some reason I don't come on, it's just that I just got too caught up and just couldn't get away because I will have my grandkids. So we do need to do something for St. Patty's Day. You're right, Rhonda. I was thinking that today. I was thinking we needed to do that. And we also need to do some Easter stuff. So I'm thinking about doing, I was thinking about doing some, like an Easter card, which would be fun. And then also, we could do something that was St. Patty's related that would be really fun too. So I'll look up some stuff and see what I can come up with. All right. Okay, guys, I will see you guys then hopefully tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you guys on Friday. I've got my grandkids all weekend. I've got them through Saturday. So again, I don't know what time on Friday either. I'm sorry, guys. My schedule's kind of crazy. Y'all remember that I do keep, I am the babysitter for Pamela because she's a wedding photographer. And so her and her husband are a couple's wedding photographer. They work together. And so they're both gone. So I keep the kids when they're gone to weddings. So she's pretty booked up this weekend, which is great because her business is flourishing and I love that. But it also makes for, me to have busy weekends. Oh, you are, Talia? That's so cool. Well, if you want to follow her, she's on TikTok under Featherlight Photos. And she has beautiful photography, and I'm sure she would love to follow you back. So it is Featherlight Photos on TikTok. And I think it might be Featherlight_photos. I'm not sure. I would have to double check on that, but... Bye, Jen. You are so welcome. Don't hesitate to reach out and message me, okay? All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Jenna, thank you for the follow. I'm going to follow you back right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow night between 7 and 8, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right.